off their sleds and went into this trail looking for a trap line and found that moose carcass and all this.
It seemed as if Pocahontas 2025 was going to be our year. John Harley, Derry, Arnold Marks, and myself made a trip out to the Malosey Crossing in early February to establish the trails we use and get a read on the snow and ice conditions. January was warm and rainy and the Malosey River was covered in overflow, but everything else was in good shape. So we went home confident that we could make good time when we rode out in March. This season, the trip consisted of Derry, John Harley, Steve, Paul, Ben, and newcomer Drew Wessels, for a total of 7. I decided to leave Nenana early on the morning of March 23rd and ride all the way past Manly and Tanana straight to the Tosey River at Bandana Creek, a total of about 170 miles. We didn't make it. My plans are ambitious, and sometimes I gotta back off a bit. I decided no matter what, I wouldn't push past 7:30 p.m. And that's what time it was when we arrived at Backache Gulch, 15 miles short of Bandana Creek, which would have been about another hour-and-a-half ride with our loads, so not bad.
Got the wood. Take this.
A tree in the trail. Just like the book. Huh. That's what the kids are reading. A tree in the trail. Yeah. It's like a trail over time, you know? From the perspective of a tree.
It was like all premium before, and he sold it now, but that's the one that
Yeah.
year after it burned, he sold it because it just looked like total poop.
All was well except Drew's trailer hitch that kept failing. Again and again and again and again. His trailer had a set of jaws called a pintle, and it broke a steel pin off inside the keeper and kept opening its mouth, letting the loaded sled free to do its own navigating any place it wanted, except where Drew was going. Both his pintle and his sled tongue had seen better days. Thankfully, John Harley cut a small log and shoved it in the mouth of the pintle, along with the attached sled tongue, and wired its jaw shut. That kept the hitch from talking any longer.
I just remember waking up at the moose camp. in the middle, I'd get up early, kind of shuffle around.
Day 2, we repacked the tent and sleds and headed towards the Malosey Crossing on the trail we made in February. It was an anxious day for me, as I wanted to get past the Malosey River and as far up Tokat Creek as we possibly could by our 7:30 p.m., I quote, "You're pushing too hard, Matt," reasonable stopping time.
fucked up.
We made it 8 miles up the valley and probably would have gotten much farther, but I led us into a real quagmire of black spruce and willows that forced John, Paul, and Ben to snowshoe ahead of me with saws for a couple of hours to find a way out. So once we were free of the quag, I promptly made a campsite, and all was well again.
Fell asleep. I was like, oh, now it's 4.
Oh, I made it a couple more hours. Oh, dude.
So we are heading up towards Hughes today and Pocahontas Hot Springs. See how it goes. About 9:30 in the morning. Got a valley to head up behind me here. It's that way. And don't have to take the tent or trailers. Hopefully we don't get stuck too much and make it to Hughes by tonight.
Day 3, the real fun began. Derry towed a trailer with some extra gas, but the rest of us struck out with machines only. Thanks, Derry. My goal was to make it to Hughes and Pocahontas Springs. We did very well, and snow conditions were great. We made it over the pass to Little Indian River by 1 p.m., with no major problems except Paul's ski rubber coming loose. We were moving along, but not quite fast enough to get the whole way. I got pretty wore out making portages. Scouting new portages ends up being a 1 or 2 man job, as the guys farther back in the line simply cannot walk up to where I am and help cut and scout. The snow is too deep, and by the time they get there, I would most likely be done and moved on anyway. They'd wear themselves out for nothing. So the second man's job is really the hardest. He has to try and stay in my poorly made trail and constantly help me get unstuck and throw all the brush I cut. A thankless job. By 4:30 p.m. we had made it 19 miles from camp and 27 miles from Malosey Crossing. I estimated another 20 to 25 miles to Pocahontas. As we still needed to travel back the 19 miles to the tent, we decided to turn around there, and we also stopped to make a fire and cook a little food, before pushing back to the tent.
Hey, Drew wanted to eat, Matt.
Hello all, here we are on the Little Indian River. Got a cramp in my leg, so I had to lay down. We're turning around for the day, didn't make it to Pocahontas. We built a fire here. There's all the guys. Gonna eat a few dogs and have some water. Head back to the tent. See you guys down the road.
Day 4, Little Malosey. We woke to calm, clear, and sunny skies. We packed up camp and towed our gear back to Malosey Crossing, briefly regrouping for trail breaking, and headed down the Malosey Canyon. No overflow this time, thankfully. We turned up the Little Malosey and cruised up to our campsite without any issues. The tent was set up before dark, with smiles and high morale all around.
Yeah! Now we can get the wood. Now we get the wood. Oh, dang, some of it down.
Day 5, we took an exploratory trip, with once again only Derry hauling a loaded sled. He was a good sport about it, as his back was not doing well for much of the trip, and the extra weight was painful. We got to see some new places and had another fine day of weather while we took in the sights.
What is this? Start talking to the center. Steve! Just cut it out the hole bigger and put a screen door there.
And after a day on the water,
Yeah.
We made it back to the tent around 10 p.m. and enjoyed a night off, as the following day was scheduled a rest day.
Out here on the Little Malosey, getting a little bit of water. Chopped a water hole in the ice right behind me there, and it's really clear water. I'm filtering it, of course, in case there's any bugs, which there undoubtedly is. But ice was not very thick, maybe 3-4 inches. I'm using the life straw here, filtering down on the snow go. Beautiful day out, 10-20 above, sunshine and no wind. So guys are up at camp, hanging out.
Day 6 was chill. Everyone got to enjoy the sunshine and water while we cooked steaks over an open fire. Day 7 put us back in the saddle for an extended time as we towed our way back to Tanana and then Manly and on to Cedar's cabin for the night. These last days on the trail are mostly long periods of driving without many stops, so they can be tedious. We rode 180 miles and reached our goal of Cedars just after dark, 10:30 p.m. The sun doesn't set till about 9 p.m. this time of year in interior Alaska. Finally, the last day. Cedars to Nenana. We closed up the trapline cabin for the summer and bounced our way to the overfunded Nenana Farm Road. From there we cruised home, thankful for the safety and camaraderie we'd experienced out on the trail. Thank you for watching MK Productions Pocahontas 2025. Subscribe and check out all our other great films linked after this show.
Oh.
I was like, laid there.
Oh,
And
there
the
was
machine's
like
like
a wind
ding,
blow?
ding, 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 ding.
Oh, but did you mean like a drift? Hard?
Yeah, just it blew hard. It was like this. It was beautiful. Like, well, this is
was
sugar, but I was like, what?